This session will talk about finding your identity or your leadership identity. No? So we always say that leadership is not about titles, no? And it's really about your identity. It is lived through influence, character, and clarity of self. Titles might give authority, but they don't guarantee followership. Identity provides the foundation that makes people want to follow, trust, and commit. No? Sabi nga ni Warren Bennis, no? Becoming a leader is synonymous with becoming yourself. It's precisely that simple, and it's also that difficult. Because once you understand the leadership, that leadership comes from within, you can see why identity is the most crucial starting point for sustainable influence. No? So right now, how are we going to know our power in knowing our leadership identity? First is the clarity of purpose, no? So we need to know our clear sense of why. Without this, leadership can feel reactive, no? Simply responding to the problem instead of directing toward our own vision. And a clear purpose act like a compass, no? So, helping you stay focused when distraction comes or crisis arises, it also inspires other people because people are more willing to commit to leader who knows where they are headed. Second is credibility and trust, no? Authority does not come from position alone. It rests on trust. That is very important since trust is built when words and actions match consistently, especially under pressure, no? And of course, credibility accelerate execution and creates loyalty. We all know that credibility is the highest level naman of trust, diba? And next is authenticity over imitation. I can say that some of the leaders or many leaders fall into this trap, no, of copying someone else, especially when you're young or on the development stage because they believe it will make them successful if they copy someone else. But leadership is most powerful when it flows from who you truly are. Since authentic leaders are different, they know how they can acknowledge both their strength and weaknesses, even the limitations. They don't pretend to be something they are not. And if you do this, it's really not sustainable, no? Which comes from our last point, the sustainable leadership, which leads to identity sustained on influence over time. No, identity ensure long-term sustainability because this is what we want, no? To have a sustainable sustained leadership since this concept kasi it does not crumble when circumstances changes, no, because their values serve as their anchor. So sustainable leadership is about having a foundation that endures across roles, season, and even crisis. So strong leaders identity make influence last, no, even wala na yun sa spotlight.
So knowing your leadership identity is really powerful, no? Since it gives you, ayan nga, clarity, credibility, authenticity, and sustainability. But this identity isn't built on a single step. Baka isipin nyo, grabe naman yung first slide, no? Ano agad? Ito agad, no? So, parang hindi ko pa nakikita yung sarili ko dito, no? Of course, isn't built on a single step. It's like climbing a ladder, no? Or a mountain. It's a journey. Katulad ng lagi nating napapakinggan dito sa EH, it's a journey. Each stage or each step prepares us to the next. Kahit naman kami yung stage na to, piniprepare pa kami for the next stage ulit, no? So, paano natin malalaman kung nasang step na tayo? I know everyone here is, no, across positions. So, right now, we will learn yung, or we will know kung nasang stage tayo This is where yung leadership identity development model, no? So, let's discuss yung ladder kung saan natin makikita kung asan na tayo and saan pa tayo papunta, no? So, first step is, of course, awareness. This is the entry stage, no? So, this is where you realize na may leader na nag-exist within you. So, the moment na andito ka, ibig sabihin, naniniwala ka na magiging leader ka someday in anyhow, no? Kahit saang paraan. Pinaniniwalaan mo yung sarili mo na makakarating ako dun sa point na yun, dun sa pinaka-last stage na yun. Kasi since alam mo sa sarili mo na andito ka, you're already aware. So, you know that you have a role to play, no? So, yun. Not only na andito ka, no? It's also a big achievement. But also, yung mga small achievement when you do your task, like contributing to team discussions and team decisions. It's one example of awareness, no? And being asked to put your input and you accept yung challenge, no? Stepping in to solve a problem. For example, ano siya, may problem sa engagement and you step in, sige tutulong ka. You tend to contribute all your strength. That's the first step of being aware that you know how to ensure na things are delivered, ganyan. So, but it's not yet an identity, no? It's just a seed that are planted within you. So, ito yung seed na tinutukoy ni, ni Sir Neil, no? So, yung seed. So, yan yun. So, awareness. So, lahat tayo nandito sa na to. I believe na nandito sa part na to. Kasi lahat naman tayo, di ba? I think nag-step in tayo kapag may problem, kapag tinatanong tayo ng opinion natin, nagbibigay tayo ng mga ideas, ganyan, or nagko-contribute tayo sa mga decision making ng team. Second step is of course exploration. So dito sa step na to, like kanina 'di ba, parang I mentioned about authenticity. So dito we begin to test yung sarili natin. Sometimes ini-imitate natin yung leader natin. Oo. So nangyayari talaga siya. Pero this is also the beginning that test your leadership roles and responsibility, no? So, it is okay, no? It is okay. Walang problema doon sa pag-imitate. Pero hindi siya dapat forever, no? You just founded doon sa mga great acts nung leader mo, which is not wrong to admire and imitate those actions, no? So, dito din sa area na to, nagvo-volunteer ka na rin na mag-lead ng project, mag-join ng committee, ganyan. So, leading a project, 'di ba, usual 'yan. Ako na po magte-take from planning to execution, kaya ko na ganyan. So, 'yun. So, dito pumapasok yung exploration, no? Dito sa stage na to. Dito din sa stage na to, which is since experimental siya and nandito lahat ng curiosity nyo, dito din nangyayari yung maraming mistakes, uncertainties, and even failure, which dapat maintindihan nyo na normal siya. Normal maranasan nyo yung mistakes, uncertainties sa sarili, and even yung failure nyo. So, normal yon. Actually, useful siya. Kasi yung stage na ito, ini-stretch ka talaga niya beyond your comfort zone. And dito mo nadidiscover yung both strengths and limitations mo. So dito sa stage na to, dito dapat lagi kang you do, you try, and you reflect dun sa mga bads, halimbawa dun sa mga mistakes, uncertainties, and failures, you reflect and make sure na hindi na siya mangyari ulit, or what things you could have done, or ano yung dapat gawin mo in the future to make things right, no? So dito nangyayari yun, dun sa exploration part, no? So kaya kung halimbawa nagkakaroon kayo ng mga mistakes, uncertainty, that's okay as long as hindi naman siya laging nangyayari. So kung lagi siya nangyayari, ibig sabihin hindi yun na kompleto yung cycle, no? Hindi kayo nagre-reflect. So dapat you do, you try, and you reflect, no? So that's the exploration part. So marami na ba yung nasa stage na to? okey lang pala magkamali, hindi naman 'no. So yun, that's why nandiyan yung ano, nandiyan yung guidance ng mga mentors, coaches niyo, especially sa projects, management, ganyan. Kasi even ako, I admit na sobrang dami kong mistakes and failure during my journey. Yung bago ako humarap sa inyo today, ang dami ko ring mistakes and failure. So, and uncertainty even doon sa sarili ko na kaya ko ba. Kahit nga yung ano, yung awareness eh. Question ko pa yan before kung kaya ko ba, 'di ba? So, dun tayo sa next stage 'no. So, ito na yung ano, siguro ito yung medyo critical kasi ano, dito na nagkakaroon ka na talaga ng ano eh, ng positions, no? And of course, no, ito yung time na dito ka na magmo-move from I do leadership task. Kasi diba to sa exploration, doon ka nagvo-volunteer, ganyan. So, I do leadership task. Pero dito, ano na talaga, nai-embrace mo na tinatanggap mo na sa sarili mo na I am a leader, no? So, dito at this stage, yung nakikita na natin yung leadership as part of who you are or nakikita na namin na kaya mo na mag-lead. So, dito mostly nagiging confident na rin or nagiging comfortable na rin tayo to lead other people, no? But also, dito din tumataas yung mga pressure, no? Because tumataas na din yung mga expectation, which is normal. So, part yun nung, ano, part yun nung growing natin as a professional, even personal professional, part yun. Dito din, since you already claim that you're a leader, you tend to accept responsibility beyond talaga nung role mo. So, you take bold move then kasi you think that you can do it, no? Dito nangyayari yung empowerment. So, nagiging empowered ka. Dun sa exploration, ano din yan eh, dito mo din nakikita na ini-empower ka ng leader mo eh. Na sige, gawin mo yan. Kaya, di ba nakikita mo yung mga leaders nyo? Sige, gawin mo yan, gawin mo lang. Gawin mo lang, tingnan ko after. So, may mali. O, sige, gawin mo lang, ganyan. That's the simple, ano, ng empowerment. Doon pa lang, doon nag-start yung empowerment, no? So, yun. Same with identified. Dito mas nai-empower ka. Kasi iba na yung nagsasabi sa'yo na, sige gawin mo yan. O kaya, sige i-take ko po ito. Binibigyan ka na ng, okay sige, sa'yo to. Or gawin mo to. Kasi tinitake mo na eh. So, yung mismong superior mo, ano siya, more on, alam niya or ini-empower ka rin niya to grow more. So, next stage, no? Differentiated. So, dito, in this stage, yung leader or ikaw, you stop to copy others na, no? Dito, min-embrace mo na yung authentic style mo. Like, clear na sa'yo yung strength mo, yung weakness mo, clear na sa'yo yan, no? Or yung mga limitations, clear na sa'yo yan. You already have grounded values and purpose being a leader. Importante yon na you know what your values, hindi yung values sa sarili, yung values mo, yung inner values mo, like you have integrity, ganyan. And purpose what you can give or what do you want to do, and yung strengths and limitations mo, no? So, ano na siya, clear na sa'yo yan. And also, since accepted mo na nga yung mga strengths mo and limitations mo, you can already distinguish between what's work with you or kung ano yung hindi mo talaga kayang gawin, yung mga limitations mo, no? So yun, dito yun nangyayari dun sa ano, yung parang you fully ano understand yung ano, yung sarili mo. Kasi tendencies are talaga you tend to be perfect. Kasama yun, gusto mo perfect lahat or perfect yung ano mo, pero you have to accept na meron talaga mga limitations, no? As long as consistent ka doon sa mga ginagawa mo, it's ano, wala namang magiging problema eh. Halimbawa, doon sa mga tasks o doon sa mga binibigay sa'yo na mga challenges, consistent ka on how to deal with it or dealing with it. Ano yun, you are in the right track, no? So yun, dito din kasi sa stage na 'to, dito na yung level na nagma-mature ka na talaga. So dito na yung maturity nung ano mo, nung leadership role mo. Since accepted mo na yung mga ano mo, yung mga strengths and weaknesses mo, yung next stage, of course, is the generativity phase. This phase kasi or stage is more on, for all the stages, you are more tend to focus on yourself, no? But this stage kasi is more on yung focus natin na shift na outward, no? So, dito, mas concerned na, halimbawa, yung leader in providing or proving themselves or improve pa yung sarili nila sa iba or ano, mas focus sila doon sa pag-empower na ng iba, no? Doon na sila mas talaga nag-aano, nagfo-focus, no? Isa diyan yung nagme-mentor, mentoring, nagco-coaching, and creating opportunity for others. For example, empowering other emerging leaders, no? And the best part of this stage is you get to create or duplicate leaders na from your mentorship, from your coaching. So dito na 'yon. So kasi 'di ba, lagi sa ating sinasabi na you need to duplicate or when you're a leader, you need to duplicate. So dito yung nangyayari sa generative phase, no, or duplication phase. Kasi of course, being a leader kasi, it's really not ano, if you truly understand the value of leadership, it's not about dapat ikaw lang yung nandun sa taas. You want others to go up as well, no? Kasi medyo malungkot naman pag ikaw lang mag-isa, no? Kailangan may kasama ka. And the last stage is the integration. So, integration phase, this is the highest stage, no? Hindi na ito situational or role based, no? It's you already have this that it is your way of living na, no? So, behaviors are integrated across all parts of your life, no? In work, in your family, in your community. And hindi na ito yung ano, yung leader or role na nasi-switch off and nasi-switch on, no? So, consistent ka na talaga yung integration. It's more on consistency. Or consistent ka na regardless or unconsciously, no? Kahit unconscious or yung subconscious mo, ano siya. So, since you already know the ladder of leadership identity development, I believe alam natin kung ano, nasang stage na tayo, no? And gaano pa tayo kalayo. At least now we get to understand that yung pinagdadaanan natin ngayon, it's all normal, no? So, you don't need to be afraid or lost kasi it's all normal, no? So, I believe meron kayong mga tanong, no, right now. Pero siguro yung best question right now is what anchors, no, this identity so it doesn't get lost along the way, or paano ba natin masasabi na ma-achieve natin yung every ladder, no? Paano natin siya ma-achieve? Ano kaya yung foundation? Kasi aware naman tayo na kailangan may foundation yung identity natin being a leader, no? Kasi katulad nga sa building, no, kung gusto mo siyang i-rise ng mataas, kailangan yung foundation mo malalim or yung hukay mo malalim, no? So same as leadership, no? If you want to rise higher or be a leader, you need to build a strong base, no? Kasi ano siya okay siya temporarily kung ano, kung okay, pagdadaanan ko siya, mag-get ako ng role, ganyan. Pero it still won't be sustainable at the end of the day. 'Di ba? Like yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, kailangan sustainable siya. Oo, yun. So, ano ba yung foundation nung leadership identity? First, of course, self-awareness, no? So, ito yung kanina din, yung start, no? Pero yung self-awareness talaga na to is basically the cornerstone of emotional intelligence, no? So, leaders who know their strength, weaknesses, and values, even yung mga emotional triggers are very important. lalo na kapag halimbawa nag-aano ka, you make your decisions or you respond to the challenges, yung self-awareness mo is one of your anchor, no? Kasi if you don't really know yourself, how will you respond to a bigger problem or a bigger challenge that you're facing? So that's the first thing that you have to understand, yung sarili mo. So you have to know your strength, yung weakness mo, limitations, values, yung purpose, even yung emotional triggers, yun, importante din yun para at least makilala mo talaga yung sarili mo. May times na medyo ano tayo, hesitant tayo because of our ego. Pero if you focus more of being humble and admit your weaknesses and limitations, it will naturally flow, no? Yun yung importante. Dapat grounded tayo. Kasi mostly, if you are self-aware with all your strength, weakness, even emotional triggers, or even your mga lapses mo, you know how to adjust You will accept how to adjust. And yun nga, you know how to reflect or you tend to reflect, no? Reflect, practice ulit, ask feedback, ganon. So, kaya yung critical talaga dito sa self-awareness is yung pagre-reflect sa sarili, pagpa-practice, yung practice, yung do the challenge, or if you're given a task, do it, try it, reflect, ask feedback, and yun, establish yung mga values. Kasi pag hindi okay, na ano mo lahat 'to, nakapag-reflect ka, nag-practice ka, nagfe-feedback ka, pero yung values mo mali-mali or hindi tama or hindi siya rational, yun, dun nagkakaroon ng ano, critical yun. Parang, the direction wouldn't be similar. So yun. Sabi nga nila, no, you cannot lead others if you can't lead yourself. So yun yung first ano dito, sa self-awareness. Second is authenticity, no. So nakita ulit natin 'to, no, yung being authentic. Kasi mostly, you should not focus on projecting flawless image or imitating someone else's style. Instead, you need to be who you truly are, no? There are five essential dimensions of this area. First is yung purpose, which is knowing your why, no? So that is it guides their decisions and action, yung purpose mo. Second is yung value. Value is more on leading with principle. So, itong value na to, ito yung magiging moral compass mo kasi that's determine what's acceptable and what's non-negotiable, no? Kasi nasabi ko kanina, kapag hindi tama yung values mo, accept mo yun kahit mali. Kailangan yung values natin medyo consistent din. And of course, lead with principle. And next is thirdly, done with purpose, values. Next is the heart, no? You should lead with compassion and empathy, showing vulnerability and compassion and genuine care for your people. Yun, importante din yun Empathy, yung compassion and empathy. Wag naman sympathy, no? Kahit empathy, mas ano yan, mas okay yun, no? Actually, yung mga leaders na merong ganito, they're not afraid to admit their mistakes and listen to others and show empathy. So, kailangan alam din natin how to manage those areas, no? Next dimension is the relationship. So, building genuine connection, no? Since we need to invest in a trust-based relationship, not only within our organization, but still even outside. So, yun. And lastly is self-discipline. Staying grounded and consistent, no? Ito yung making sure na you demonstrate self-control, perseverance, and especially if you're under pressure, no? Being authentic with these 5 dimensions is really important in making sure na deep talaga yung foundation natin na mabibuild. Values, purpose, relationship, and self-discipline. Making sure na lahat to consistent. And lastly is yung strength, no? Strength and purpose. That we usually do is from a Gallup's ano siya, Strength Finder. So, it's a strength-based exam, no? Or leadership exam that will identify your strengths. Actually, yung Gallup Strengths kasi, it's a study, no? Research study. It composed of around 44 or around 30 to 40 different types of strengths. No? Dito sa research na to, naniniwala sila na if yung strength mo yung ginagamit mo in achieving or completing a task, you're more effective. I can say which is true. Kasi yun yung, yun yung ano, naging guiding principle ko when way back, when I building myself, no, through my mentor. So, yun yung lagi naming nilook back. I tend to take 40 test yung tawag namin doon, which the Gallup Strength Test. I take the 40 test on a regular basis, no, every 6 months to check how I change through time. You need to accept na nag-change naman talaga tayo. Even our strength, nag-change yan over time. So, I tend to take that test on a regular basis. But there's one thing that you should know na meron tayong specific strength na natural talaga sa atin. Yun yung laging andon. Kahit mag-take tayo ng strength test regularly, no? Kahit ako, during, nung naka-up pa yung Forte test, oo, shout out sa ano, sana ma-up natin yung Forte test moving forward, no? So, during my time, ginagawa namin siya regularly and napapansin ko, may strength doon na ano, um, lagi siyang andon na nasa top 5 ko. It's ano kasi, that test will give you 10 strength, your first top 5 strength, and second top 5 strength. So, meaning ano siya, magkaano sila, join. Parang ano, hand in hand sila na strength na you could experiment, no? So, that's the strength nung ano natin. So, the principle kasi nito is yung strength and purpose is more on to ensure na yung foundation mo is stiff, no? You can rather focus or spend your energy on maximizing your strength rather than fixing every weakness you have. Great leaders tend to focus on their strength, maximizing them, and they naturally do best and manage their weakness strategically na lang. So yun, yung purpose din naman natin, like yung nandito is, ano siya, it gives direction to those strengths. So if you combine yung strength and yung purpose, it not only achieve results, no, but also inspire sustained commitment from their team. And of course, yung magki-create din siya ng impact. So, since aware na tayo sa foundation, no, self-awareness, authenticity, strength, and purpose. Next is, let's talk about yung more on the strengths, no? Since, how do I put that foundation in action, no? We need to know yung 4 domain of strengths, no? So, the test that you've conducted is same as the Gallup's Finder then, no? But it doesn't provide your top 5 and top second top 5 strength. And some of the strength kasi included in those tests, yung certificate na na-receive nyo, the 5 strengths, as there's a possibility that it's not included fully on the strength identified under the Gallup, no? So, yung this ano kasi the mostly the content kasi of this presentation is based on the Gallups, no, but it's still similar, no, Hindi lang natin nakuha yung second top, ano niya, second top 5. No, but it's okay. So yun, let's move, no? So right now we'll be discussing the 4 domains which help us to see how different strengths complement one another to create a well-rounded effective team, no? So right now, nakikita nyo, may mga strengths kayo na mas mataas or ito yung pinakamataas compared sa iba, no? So doing or executing, so the first domain. So these are the person, dito nyo malalaman kung ano yung klase yung strength nyo, no? So basically these leaders or these people transform ideas and plan into reality. So basically, yung mga ang strength is doing is, in short, they make things happen. So yun. They are more on driven by discipline, responsibility, and consistency. Ano ba yung mga traits nitong mga doing na to? So let's go with doing pero executing yung nakalagay dito, no? So doing are more on yung mga traits nila is reliable, detailed-oriented, committed, structured, and result-focused, no? So, kaya halimbawa may nakikita kayong halimbawa yung kasama niyo sa team, parang eager na eager talaga siya na matapos or siya, ang kina-count lang talaga niya is natapos mo ba, 'no? Hindi niya nakita yung effort, 'no? Ang tanong lang niya is natapos mo ba? So yun, mga doing yung mga yun. So yun yung strength nila, no? They ensure that the team meet the deadline, no? So they also the ones that deliver high quality work, no? So yun, and maintain accountability, no? Sometimes yung mga doing naman na to, yung mga some of the risks ng doing, if you're fully on this or inclined to this, kasi 'di ba doon sa traits nyo, yung big picture nyo, meron doon naman na 30%, 25%, and other percents, no? Hindi naman necessarily ito lahat yun, no? Yung executing, hindi naman siya yung 100%. Meron din kayong other traits in relation to other domains, no? Which is good. Tama naman yun. Even me naman, may traits ako related to all other domains. May mas dominant lang talaga. So meaning yung mga doing na nandito is yun yung dominant sa inyo, no? So you just have to watch out, especially for example for those na na leader na rin or mas higher na yung position, no? They tend to micromanage pa rin. So yun yung kailangan natin i-watch out on our end, no? So you have to make sure mina-manage natin yung pagiging overly rigid, no, or overwhelming sa mga staff din. And we are some of also downside of pag fully executing ka is, of course, you tend to focus more on your task rather than on your surrounding, no? Wala namang masama dun, but sometimes siya, medyo overwhelming siya sa others. So, in climbing the ladder kasi, you also need to have empathy on those people around you, no? You will tend to adjust. So, yun yung importante. So, yan. That's the executing part. Tama ba sa mga executing? Agree ba kayo sa yung mga doing na ganito ba kayo? You make sure na natatrack, yung resources natin fully managed, and you make sure yung mga deliverables, you met on time. They make sure na, yun nga, nangyayari siya. Next domain is influencing, no? Influencing is this is where making your voice heard, no? So dito sa ano natin, it's feeling, no? Yung mga matataas yung ano, yung feeling, influencing yung ito yung ano niya. So these people naman are ano siya, they make sure that so they mobilize yung ideas and they make sure na nai-spread din ito. Nai-spread yung mga ideas and inspire action. So they naturally build momentum and visibility, no? So itong mga influencing na to are yung mga traits nila are charismatic, persuasive, confident, energetic, and excellent communicator, no? So kapag halimbawa may task si doing, no? Pero nakita niya may task si doing na ano kailangan matapos. Kailangan niya kaibiganin yung mga influencing, no? Para at least matapos talaga on time kasi excellent communicator siya, 'di ba? So 'yon. Kasi si feeling, yung mga influencer, yan yung mga tao na ano ina-amplify nila yung team's message, no? Para ma-buy-in nung iba. Mapapa-oo ka kaagad or mapapa-commit ka dun sa sinabi nila, no? Yung parang, kaya ba today? Oo, kaya mo yan today, 'di ba? Ganito lang yan, oo, kaya mo yan, oh, kaya today gano'n. Yung mga gano'n. So, yun, ito yung ano, yun yung mga influencer. So, yun, ang ano lang nito, ang downside nito, baka ano, they tend to push too hard, no? So, mga, pag na-overwhelm, yun yung ano, very nature niya, yung downside, no? So, yun. Tsaka yun, very ano, dominant talaga siya sa conversation. So, yung ibang ano, yung iba, hindi na nakukuha yung opinion ng others. Kasi since dominant nga siya and influencer siya, ang galing niya magsalita. So, naano na yung ano, yung ibang idea na may depth. This is motivating, no? Relationship building, which is wala daw, no? Which I understand din naman. Kasi medyo highest ano to highest form of strength yung relationship building, no? So dito kasi 'di ba dito sa taas dito yung ano, yung influencing, dito yung nakikita mo yung ano, I mean napapasunod ka. Dito kasi itong mga tao na to, ito yung nakakapag-create ng strong bond within a team, no? Siya yung glue ng team, no? You make sure na may collaboration and unity within within the team or not even ano, even kahit sa mga gatherings or ano, they get to ensure na dapat ano, lagi siya nag-aaya na dapat lagi lahat involved, yun. So, yun yung ano, relationship building. So, basically, yung behavioral traits ng relationship building is empathic, inclusive, ayun nga, inclusive, attentive, kasi ano siya mataas yung observation level nung ano, nito mga tao na to. And loyal sila, yon and team-oriented. Since ano nga, they want to have unity and harmony, no? Yung ano nila, in terms of adding value to your team, no? Importante yun kasi they strengthen yung moral within your team and resolve yung mga conflict, no? They ensure na itong mga tao na 'to, ini-ensure niya na yung voices is being heard, no? Ang medyo downside lang sa kanila yung ano, yung medyo tough discussion, no, conversation, no? Okay sila yung mga ano, medyo lateral discussion, ganyan. Pero yung mga tough conversation, medyo ano sila dun, yun yung downside nila kasi mas pina-prioritize nila yung ano, harmony within the team. Napaka-importante nung relationship building, no, especially kapag may crisis, no, kasi it keeps the spirit of the team alive and encourage those persons kasi encourage collaborations and reminding everyone na iisa tayo dito. So let's make this or iisa tayo dito sa yung halimbawa, iisa tayo dito sa problem na to. So kaya natin tatapusin ng sama-sama. So yun yung ano nila, yun yung ano ng relationship building. So meron din dito mga thinking, no? So they are the ones who see the bigger picture, no? So they are the leaders who has visions, no? Foresight and analysis, no? They help team to see long-term impact nung work na ginagawa nila. So basically, yung mga thinking na tao, they are analytical, curious, innovative, and yun nga, big picture thinker din sila and future oriented, no? They always want to see what's the result or what's the impact of this action if this would be the step. For example, ito yung step ng team, what would be the action moving forward, kanyan. Kasi they anticipate kasi challenges and identifies also opportunities to make sure na mag-a-align yung action dun sa bigger picture. So yun yung mga thinking, no? So mostly ito yung yun nga yung analytical. Sometimes yung mga downside nitong strategic thinker na to is nag-overanalyze sila, nade-delay yung mga decisions kasi nga ano yun, ang dami nilang iniisip, ganyan. Or medyo nagkakaroon ng problem in meeting the deadlines, no? So um, yun yung nangyayari kapag thinking ka. Yun. Tapos mapapatanong ka, hindi naman mo, parang natatapos ko naman pero nag-a-analyze din ako. Baka naman kasi magkasama yung mo, strategic thinking mo at executing mo, 'di ba? Parang yung second highest mo, executing. So, meron yun. You can check on your big picture, no? So, yun. But technically, strategic thinkers are basically visionaries, no? They analyze yung mga pattern, and imagine, they can imagine what are the possibilities, no? Doon sa mga actions nila. And, yun. Yun basically yung strategic thinker. So, the power of this four domain is basically not sa'yo or hindi sa'yo mag-isa, no? Yung power nito is sa team mo. You have to know your team well or to ensure na nagko-complement kayo sa isa't isa, no? You don't need to master all of this. Ay, gusto ko rin maging ganon. Gusto ko din maging ganito. If it's really you can do it, you can try, you can reflect ulit. Yung doon babalik tayo sa self-awareness. You can, yes, it's visible. But there is still a strength that is inherent sa'yo na kahit hindi mo siya natutunan along the way, at first nandun na siya. Yun. So yun, you have to accept na hindi lahat ng domain or hindi lahat balanse doon sa big picture mo, no? And walang lahat, kahit naman ibang leaders makikita mo hindi lahat merong ganito, no? I mean hindi lahat balanse yung merong majority of our leaders dealt with each domain, no? Sometimes may mga leaders na combination of two. Later I'll show you some sample of world leaders na single or a mix. So right now we'll be talking about the barriers and breakthrough, no? So in this section, we will tackle more on what holds you back and how to move forward, no? Kasi I believe ngayon we all know that there's so many items that holds you back, no? And especially ito mga to, yung doubting yourself or questioning yourself if you're ready. So maraming taong ano, marami sa atin na tinatanong talaga yan. Even me on my first during my first years, yung ability natin to lead or even take initiatives, no? We question that, no? Kasi doubts create hesitation, and hesitation can look like your lack of leadership potential, no? Second is comparing yourself to others, no? Instead of growing, you get to stop measuring yourself against someone else's journey. So, um, ito yung ito yung isa sa ano, um, ito din yung mga, for example, comparing yourself to others, nasi-shift yung focus mo eh, away from your really, yung unique strength mo. So, yon. Next is yung pressure to fit in, no? Or copy someone else. And lastly, yung balancing yung task and teamwork, no? So, we are all aware naman na we juggle deadlines, client demands, and collaboration, no? But yung pressure to finish work versus helping yung team can feel really overwhelming. So, ito yung talagang mga barriers natin, no? Pero in this barriers or yung mga ano natin, there is really a breakthrough in all of this, no? So how to move forward, no? So first is of course be mentored. Learn from someone ahead of you. Kasi mentors can really help you see the blind spots and it will guide your growth, no? Your mentor or for example you change mentor, no, but basically they you should understand or you should know that they already face the challenges you're dealing with, and you can listen to them from their experience so that you cannot experience the same, or you can learn from what their experience, no. Second is find role model but stay true, no? Observe yung mga leaders na ina-admire nyo, how they solve problems, how they treat people, no? Takes inspiration, but syempre maging ano pa rin tayo, true pa rin tayo sa sarili natin, yung own values and personality natin. Kasi 'di ba yung goal naman natin talaga is to be the next best version of ourselves. So yun. Next is ask for feedback, which is very important, yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina pa, no? Growth starts from listening, no? So you have to drop your ano talaga, your ego here, and feedback is one of the fastest way to grow. Before we have Pareto yung status update namin before, we need to provide status update if we have concern on a project on a minsan 30 minutes or even 2 hours, ganyan. So, nagpo-provide kami ng status update to check yung feedback or to get feedback from our superior to ensure mas mabilis yung pag-grow namin. Kasi 'di ba, when you focus on some tasks, there are nasasayang yung oras natin, and tendencies are hindi natin talaga siya fully ma-solve. But when we get to ask our superior, madali lang pala talaga siya i-solve. Ayan, ask for feedback, no? Huwag niyo lagi siya i-take personally, no? Treat it as advice or your way to grow, no? Lastly is stay focused on your why. Don't lose sight on your purpose. So yun, stay focused dun sa why mo. What do you want to grow? Or why do you want to grow as a leader? And what motivates you? So yung clear purpose na yun, you should be stay grounded to that to make better decisions, no? Even on stressful time. So we have a series of discussion in relation to building, no, yung 4 domains. No, right now, we'll be discussing yung mga samples of a well-known world leaders and ano ba yung mga strengths nila. And you will see here na hindi lahat kaya yung iba't iba na strengths, no? First is si Mahatma Gandhi. So, aware naman tayo kung sino siya, 'di ba? So, yung pinaka-strength talaga niya is strategic thinking, no? Since he led yung independence movement, no? And future-oriented talaga yung ano niya, yung vision niya, no? So, yung strength niya is strategic thinking. Next is si Nelson Mandela. He is a unifier and reconciler, no? Aware naman tayo nung na-imprison siya for a decade, no? So, instead of revenge, he choose to to maintain yung strength niya to being a relationship doon sa part ng relationship building. So, prioritize niya yung forgiveness over revenge that build bridge between yung niya, former enemies, no? Next is si Winston Churchill, no? Si Winston Churchill naman, resilient wartime leader. So, if you're aware with Winston Churchill, siya yung Prime Minister ng Britain or siya yung leader ng Britain before no Second World War, no nangyayari yung nasa Germany. So, 'di ba nag-fall na nun yung yung France sa kamay ng mga Nazi. So, isa si Winston Churchill na naging dahilan kung bakit nawala yung na yon yung Nazi, no? Because of her executing and influencing strength, no? In-inspire niya yung mga tao through yung communication niya na kahit wala ng pag-asa, kaya natin yon. And of course, yung executing, i-make sure na maano niya yun, mare-resolve niya talaga. So, yun, through yung condensing power niya and also yung effort or doing na ginawa niya doon, yung execution. Next is si Mother Teresa, which is yung kilalang kilala din natin, no? Servant and leader siya. So, she has a strength of relationship building and of course executing. So, we are aware na siya pumunta-punta siya sa iba't ibang bansa to serve. That's the executing part and yung relationship building niya, no? Live out compassion and demonstrate leadership to humility, not authority, no? And also provide influence that can flow from consistency and service, no? So, right now, you're asking, ikaw, ano kaya yung mo? I mean, are you already a leader? Parang ganon. So, I think we need to know what are the indicators of having a leadership identity, no? So these are the indicators that we already found if you are have a leadership identity, no? First is yung clarity of purpose or you already know your why, no? Second is consistency of values, no? You chooses to reflect on your principle. Of course, when people see that what you say matches on what you do, no? Consistency of values and action. Of course, if you already have authenticity and self-awareness, you lead in a way true to yourself. Trust and credibility. So, lagi natin naririnig yung kanina pa. Trust and credibility. Others already respect you and rely on your integrity. Consistently keep commitment din. So, yan. Emotional regulation and resilience. You stay steady on challenges, no, in challenges and adapting without losing yourself. Next is the clarity in strengths and contributions, no? You already know what you bring to the table, meaning you can name your top strength and know how to leverage them intentionally, no? Or even unintentional. No? So, yun. Relational impact, no? People thrive and grow under yun. I'm sure lahat meron na nito, yung clarity in strength contribution, no? Kasi lahat tayo ngayon, alam na natin kung ano yung strength natin, di ba? It's up to you na lang how we will manage or with the guide of your mentor, no? So, next is relational impact, no? People already thrive and grow under your leadership, and colleagues is feel supported by you, no? So, yung relational impact dito, yung nakaka-motivate ka na ng ibang tao. Long-term orientation. So, ito na yung sustainable. Your vision sustains beyond immediate wins, no? Yung long-term orientation is meaning yung winning, it's beyond your immediate wins, no? So, it's not just for your current, but also for your future impacts. And I think we're already at the close, no? So, ito lang yung conclusion natin to end this session, no? And some call to actions, no? So, I just want to remind everyone that leadership is identity, no? Not a title again. And your identity is your compass. In time of uncertainty and crisis, no? Your leadership identity serve as your guiding star or north star, no? Which anchors you in terms of making decisions, ganyan. Live authentically instead of imitating, no? Be true to yourself, and of course persevere and commit to growth and reflection. So leadership identity is not static, no? It evolves with intentional reflection, feedback, and self-awareness. And lastly, for your next step, apply, of course, what you learned. So that's your call to action right now. So apply what you learned, and apply them consistently daily, ha. Kahit small, but make sure it's consistent. Consistent yung action in shaping the next version of you. Okay? Ayan. I think that's all. But I believe I have a homework for every one of you, no? Can you just sniff this first before we end the session? Take home assignment. Thank you everyone for staying